Hi, my name is Jay, and for today's video, I am going to rank all of the shows and movies I've watched in quarantine so far. When we first started quarantining, I thought, hey, I will have so much time to read books. Like, my 50 book goal this year will be like smashed and like broken to the ground and just whop, pop, pop. That didn't happen. For some reason, during quarantine, I've gravitated more towards like binge watching shows and watching movies again, because why not? Not like I have anything else better to do. I don't know, you should probably read books. I have watched a lot of things. So today I'm gonna rank all of the shows and movies that I've watched during this time period. So the qualifications that I have for this list are that I have watched the entire movie, like I wasn't skipping around, at least for the most part, like I watched the whole thing. And then for the TV shows, at least like 3 episodes of me like actually watching them for them to be included in this. Because some of the times like I would start a show and I'd be like, this is real, I don't know about this, or like I'll be skipping around like episodes and stuff. So let's go ahead and jump into this video because it's gonna be a long one, because I listed all of the things that I have watched during this time and it went up to 30. So starting from the bottom is Too Hot to Handle. So this is a reality dating show on Netflix that they released during this time, and it's all a bunch of really hot smoking people all in this one island, and none of them can have sex or kiss or do anything, or else or they'll get like a penalty, and like the prize cash money at the end will like decrease depending on the severity of what they did. So I was like, this is really interesting. And I watched a couple episodes and I got really bored of it and annoyed by a lot of the contestants that were in it. I have never been the biggest fan, or I've never really been like into those like reality dating shows. Like I've never watched a single episode of The Bachelor. I know a lot of people really got into Love is Blind, but I never really liked or tried to watch any of those shows. But in quarantine, you know, why not watch one of them? I could not get through it. I watched a couple episodes and I gave up on it. I got really bored and annoyed, so skip. Number 29 is Shadowhunters. When the show first came out, I was really hyped for it because Shadowhunters is one of my like absolute favorite book series of all time. I felt like the movie that they did, if it was like a lot more thought out, I thought, you know, it would have been really fantastic. I loved like the cast that they got was fantastic. I really like Lily Collins and Robert Sheehan. So I really wanted to enjoy the movie, and there are parts of it that I love, but the world of the Shadowhunters is so gigantic that in my head I was like, yes, a TV series will definitely be a lot better. But when I initially first like started watching it, I was like, this is crap, the script is horrible, this story is really wonky, and I don't know about the cast very much. So I watched, I think maybe like 2 episodes of it in the beginning, and then I gave up. But this time I wanted to try and watch it again, and I think it's still gonna take a lot of episodes for me to get into it. I watched maybe 5 or 6 and I still haven't watched it since then. So eventually maybe I'll get back into it. I don't know. A lot of people really liked it. I think a lot of people said that like the first season is kind of rough. So I don't know, we'll see. Number 28 is Snow White. I'm trying to rewatch all of like the Disney princess movies because I want to do like a video ranking all of the Disney princesses. So Snow White, I love you, Snow White, and you're still like OG legend for starting obviously the whole Disney film as we know it today, as well as the Disney princess line, but the movie's just 28 is Sleeping Beauty. I know a lot of people love Sleeping Beauty, but oh my gosh, I was so bored. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Am I being kicked out of the Disney fandom? I'm also going to be kicked out of the musical fandom because number 26 is Phantom of the Opera. I know a lot of people love Phantom of the Opera. They love, love, love the movie. And I like Phantom of the Opera also. I love the music, but I am just not a gigantic fan of the movie. I don't know why. I never really got into it as a kid. I love the music, and the first time I saw it live, like my friend took me to see the musical, and I was just blown away. I think Phantom of the Opera is just one of those things that you have to see live because the music just kind of swells and takes like the spirit of your body like on a journey. Like when they started playing the first like opening notes and like the chandelier was revealed when I first saw the musical, like I literally felt like my spirit like leave my body and go into the musical. So I love it. I'd totally see it live again, but the movie is just, I'm not a fan of it. I'm defending myself. 25 is Cinderella. I love Cinderella. I really enjoyed it this time around. It's still like at the bottom of my list in comparison to like the other Disney princess movies of nowadays. But Cinderella is really good and she's really sassy. Like, I like her. Number 24 is Lady Bird. I love Saoirse Ronan. And a lot of people really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was just fine. It wasn't as like amazing as everyone like made it out to be. But I really loved Saoirse Ronan's like how she like played her character was really fun. The whole rest of the storyline was just okay, but I liked her. I mean, Saoirse Ronan can just sit down and drink a cup of tea and I would totally just watch that. 23 is Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. I haven't watched anime in a really long time, and then I started up again during this time. So I wanted to watch like something new. This one is about a girl that in school, and one of her classmates that she has a really big crush on turns out to be like a manga artist, and she's like, whoa, what? And she starts helping him to kind of get close to him. It's really not the kind of show that I was expecting. I was really expecting like a really fun high school romance love story thing, but the focus on the characters, on different characters every episode, has made me kind of bored. So frankly, I haven't finished like watching it, but it's there. It's a new anime that I'm watching. So 22 is Love, Victor. I absolutely loved Love, Simon. It's just the cutest movie ever, and the actors in it are just fantastic. So when Love, Victor came out, I was really excited to watch it. I do have some complaints about it, and maybe I'll do like another separate video regarding my thoughts on Love, Victor. But it's a good like bingeable TV series to watch. The characters and the actors are really endearing. I just really wanted it to be a lot more. You know, they advertised it in a certain way where it was like, oh, you know, like, Simon, I really enjoyed learning about you and like hearing about like your experience, but like not everyone's like life journey is as easy like in comparison to like someone else's. So I was like, oh, okay, this is diving more like deeply into like cultural stuff regarding like the LGBT community and like the religious backlash and all of that. But they didn't really dive into it as much as I thought they were going to. So that's why it's kind of more at the bottom of my list, but it's still like a really good bingeable show to watch. 21 is Cardcaptor Sakura. I had no idea that it was on Netflix. I don't know if they just released it or like it just showed up on my thing and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch it. I have not watched this since I was a kid, so I got really, really excited. This is one of my absolute favorite animes of all time. Like, magical girl anime was like my ish when I was younger. Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, those were my jam. So I'm really excited rewatching it again and getting all like the giggles and like the feels of being a kid again and watching Cardcaptors. Number 20 is Onward. I watched this in the movie theaters again before everything shut down, and then I rewatched it again on I was about to say Netflix, Disney Plus, when they released it. And it's like, I would say it's like a B for me in comparison to like other Disney films. Like, it's just fine. It's not the kind of thing that I would rewatch over and over again, but the entire story of it is fairly sweet. Number 19 is Hollywood. I was really excited to watch this show. I think it's like a 10 or a 12 episode series on Netflix, about an hour, and it's kind of this like campy movie within a show sort of thing, like talking about like the people of color writers and actors from like back then. They're fictional characters, but they're like people of color, going through like all of the struggles of like getting roles and getting their like name out there and all of that. I really enjoyed the concept of this. I thought it was really fun, and the actors are so fantastic in this. However, everything just felt so easy when I was watching it. Like, there was no like real, there was conflict, but like the themes that they had were so like so big that I feel like they didn't really handle it and kind of glazed on it, like very surface level. But it's still a really fun show to watch. Again, all of the actors are fantastic in this. So if you want like a fun like show to watch full of fantastic, charismatic, hot people, Hollywood. 18 is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. What? I started watching this when I got Disney Plus and then Hulu, when I got like the bundle to go along with it. I finally understand why people love it so much. The characters are so funny and every episode is fantastic. I feel like I'm watching Community but like at a police station. It's really good. I initially found out about Brooklyn Nine-Nine when the I Want It That Way clip showed up on my YouTube page. So it's really funny. If you've never watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's fantastic. Number 17 is Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Kimmy versus the Reverend. So it is the special like movie, choose your own adventure like type of movie, which was so much fun. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is like one of my most favorite like shows on Netflix. It's just such a blast, and the characters again are like a lot of fun, and there's a lot of like laugh out loud moments that you can get, and it's just completely insane, this entire TV series. And the movie is also a lot of fun. Daniel Radcliffe is in it. It's a choose your own adventure. It is a freaking blast. I went through it a couple of times to kind of go through all the different scenarios. It's a fun time. Number 16 is Just Go With It. This is an Adam Sandler movie with Jennifer Aniston. When I first watched this, I thought it was like the funniest movie in the world. And then I rewatched it again, and it's still kind of funny, but I feel like it's a lot more funny the first time you watch it, but it's still a good time, and it's set in Hawaii, so I feel like I'm having a great time of vacationing in Hawaii. Number 15 is Victorious. I love Victorious. I watched the series when it first came out, and I had a great time with it. If you've never watched Victorious, it is like quintessential Dan Schneider like type of show, like Zoe 101, Drake and Josh, all of that. Highly suggest you watch it if you haven't already. Number 14 is Twilight. I'm rewatching and rereading the Twilight books. It is a lot worse than I remember, but for nostalgia purposes, it's, you know, in the middle of my list. Number 13 is the most recent movie I watched, and it is the Eurovision, what's it called? Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga. And it stars Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams, who is fantastic in this movie, by the way. She's so endearing and so sweet and so fun to watch. And it's really fun to watch her in a different type of role, because in my head, I really associate Rachel McAdams with like romantic, like stories or dramatic love stories as well. So watching her in a completely insane movie is just kind of mind-boggling, but it's a lot of fun. Parts of it were really weird, parts of it were kind of boring, but for the most part, the entire movie is a lot of fun. I highly suggest you watch it, and the song that she sings at the end, just, oh my gosh, I added it to my Apple Music playlist because it's fantastic. At number 12 is The Incredibles. I love The Incredibles. It is my number one favorite Pixar movie, so bless. Number 11 is Crazy Stupid Love. There was like one day during quarantine where I was really in like a romantic like movie kick, so I watched Crazy Stupid Love, which I haven't watched in a couple years, and it's still fantastic and sweet as the first time when you watch it. And Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling are just absolute perfection when they are on the screen together, and they should just create a movie every year or something. I don't know, you know, just so we could see them together. Number 10 is The Return of Superman. Now this is a Korean variety show. During quarantine, I really got back into K-pop, and along with K-pop, I feel like a lot of people get into K-dramas, but I started watching a lot of reality, like variety shows is what they call it. And The Return of Superman is about like celebrity dads that take care of their kids for like 48 hours without the mom there. So it's a lot of like daily life sort of situations, but the kids are so cute. A lot of them are like 5 years old and younger, so it's just the sweetest thing, like watching them interact with the parents and how they live their day by day. A lot of the episodes are on YouTube. I started with episode 230 something because there's a lot of episodes. I started with Naun Eden. She's she's precious, and she's like my #1 favorite child right now on that show. It's fantastic. If you're looking for something, if you're not really into reality shows but you're into other reality-esque type shows, I feel like that would be a lot of fun to watch. Number 9 is Invincible Youth. This was like one of the, I think it was like the first Korean variety show that I watched when I first got into K-pop. And it is about 7, well, technically 6. Yeah, 6 or 7, whatever. Celebrity, K-pop idols that start working like at a farm. It doesn't sound, when I say it like that, I'm reminded of Paris Hilton's reality show, but it's not like that at all. It's a lot better than that and more endearing again, because they seem like to genuinely want to like learn how to farm and learn how to take care of animals and all of that. So it's a lot of fun. The girls are fantastic in it. So if you want to watch something fun, all the episodes are on YouTube as well. Number 8 is 13 Going on 30. I love this movie. This is one of my like top favorite romantic comedies of all time. It's just really fun to watch. So that's at my list. Number 7 is Beauty and the Beast. Need I say more? It's a fantastic movie. Beautiful soundtrack. Number 6 is The Little Mermaid, which is one of my top favorite, #1 absolute favorite Disney movies of all time. So that's why it's at the top of my list here. Top 5. Okay, at number 5 is Never Have I Ever. Oh my gosh, I love this show. It's a Mindy Kaling teen show on Netflix, and it is fantastic, and I need a season 2 now, please, right now. It is about a girl who is Indian American, and I really related to a lot of the things that she goes through in this show about like her identity as, you know, Indian, and then kind of like incorporating that culture with her like American culture, and just it's a lot of fun, and it's really heartbreaking as well. It really deals with mental health also, so it's really a fantastic show if you haven't gotten a chance to watch it already. The girl, I think like the lead girl, like this is her first time acting in anything, so it's really fantastic getting to like watch her, and she is so good. All of the characters are fantastic, and it has a lot of like really heartwarming, heartfelt moments, as well as really funny ones as well. Number 4 is The Half of It. Can we just praise Netflix for all the fantastic Asian related movies and shows that they have been releasing? Because The Half of It is, oh my gosh, first of all, whoa, okay, let's slow down for, I only have like 5 minutes left before my camera dies, but this movie just takes your heart and breaks it into a million pieces, and like brings you so much pain that you end up crying, but it's also so sweet and loving and just fantastic. It is about like romantic relationships, but also friendship, and the lead girl is Chinese and also a lesbian, which is like just fantastic stories that are being told. So thank you so much, Netflix. I love it. It's really, really sweet. I rewatch it every once in a while and kind of skip to my favorite parts because it is so good. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, and if you don't watch anything else in this thing, the half of it is just fantastic, seriously. Number 3, and it's at number 3 right now because it's the most recent thing I've been watching, and it's another variety show, Korean variety show, and it is called Battle Trip. And it's about like celebrities that go like head to head on battle trips. Where they go to like different places and like an audience votes to see which trip that they'd want to take in a time of quarantine where I can't go anywhere, and a girl that loves to travel and experience new places and eat new things. This show has really been saving me because I get to travel in my head, which I really, really miss. So yeah. Number 2 is Hamilton. Oh, bless Disney Plus for giving us Hamilton during quarantine. I really miss, in addition to Disneyland and traveling, I really miss seeing live theater. It's just one of the things that I choose to spend my money on because I never really got to do that. And now that I'm kind of, you know, at a time in my life where I can afford musical theater, I will go and watch it and see it. I love musical theater, and not being able to see it has been really difficult. So thank you so much, Disney Plus, for giving us Hamilton. Bless you. And number 1, and it should be at the number 1 of everyone's list, and if you haven't seen it already, you need to leave this video and go ahead and see it. I give you full permission because Avatar: The Last Airbender is at the number 1 of this list and the number 1 of everything right now. How could a show be so fantastic and so timely and cover so many themes and still be a kid's cartoon? It's mind-boggling. I remember watching like the first season when it first came out, and I couldn't record anything at the time, so I would miss episodes of the next season, of season 2. So eventually I gave up on it, and I remember really, really loving Avatar when it first came out, and I really loved the characters and everything, but I never got to watch the full thing, so I didn't really understand all of the themes and everything that they covered during the 3 seasons that it went for. And let me tell you, if you want to talk about perfection, it is Avatar: The Last Airbender. The entire storyline is perfect from start to finish. The story arcs that each character goes on is just amazing, and everything that you could want from like characters, and you know how they evolve from beginning to end, and then the world building is fantastic as well. I could do like an entire video series of how fantastic Avatar: The Last Airbender is, but I won't. I am all out of time. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to do another video where I talk about all the other things that I'm watching. Let me know in the comment section down below. Whoop whoop. What are you watching during quarantine? Thank you all so much, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. Bye!